Hey YouTubers, Skulja1 here. I just watched Vacancy, free horror movie on YouTube. I want to rant about it. It's not going to be so much of a rant where I completely kill everything about it like I did with Piranha. Piranha deserved it. This movie actually didn't. There are just some things I didn't like about it. First of all, I just want to throw this out there, but the director's last name was Nimrod. I just think that's really stupid, but funny. I mean, it was spelled a certain way. It was spelled Nimrod, but I'm sure it's pronounced something different. Second of all, these people have the worst marriage in the history of the universe. They have a worse marriage than my parents did before they split up. I'm not kidding. These people's marriage sucks so bad. Everything is, you did this, I did this, and it's all blaming. The acting was actually okay. At one point, they kind of have a problem with their car, and they stop at this, like, gas station. I can't believe they would trust some weirdo who just pops out of nowhere in the middle of the night to take a look at their engine. I think I'd be scared shitless. I really would. Not only that, but there is a sequel. This thing got a 55 on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I guess that's pretty bad. I don't know if I would necessarily say it was as bad to deserve a 55. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but yeah. They get into the hotel room at one point, and they hear, like, a woman screaming. Would you really want to stay in a hotel room where you hear a woman screaming, where it sounds like she's having an orgasm but dying at the same time? I don't think so. The motel owner is a bit of a creep. I guess he just can't take a bit of a joke. The room looks like just people died. Like, completely. As if you were to be thrown into a blender, put some, like, Coca-Cola within the blender, just give it a brown texture, and then, like, litter it all over the floor. Seriously. Speaking of brown texture water, the water that came out of the sink was shit brown. I'm not kidding. There are cockroaches that live under the rug. Honestly, I think I'd rather take my chances, like, walking to town. I really would, because they said, it's a bit far to walk when they were, like, stuck in the car. Yeah, well, if you know what's ahead of you, I think I'd walk too. Now, a bunch of people are, like, knocking on the doors, like, repeatedly. Seriously, somebody, like, humping the door, it really sounds like somebody's just basically having, like, anal sex with a door. I don't even know if that's possible. That sounds like it hurts, but it really sounds like somebody's fucking a door. At one point, the main man, this guy, he decides to watch TV, and he smells the remote. Is that the best thing ever? I mean, I would be really surprised if I heard that remote was not sticky. I mean, I would be so surprised to hear that remote isn't sticky. It really sounds like it would be sticky. Now, the movies they watch are really disturbing. They're just basically people getting murdered. But, I mean, they're bad homemade movies. But I think I'd watch 50 of them before I watched Piranha 3D again. That was a bad movie. They found cameras in their room. What kind of sick pedophile or rapist keeps cameras in the room? It's like, oh, I'm gonna achieve a new low and put cameras in this room. And then you have to think about that. What if some couple decides, oh, I don't care about the gross mattress, I want to have sex? Does it really matter? I mean, basically, you could sell that to, like, a porn company. It would be like a really violent porno, but it would be, well, porno. Now, the windows are nailed shut. They're on the first floor. What is this, Vegas? Are you kidding? The cameras, seriously, the cameras look like they're in better shape than the room itself. I mean, this is a good camera, and I guess they spent all their money on the camera instead of maintenance. Now they decided to do something smart, which is turn off the lights. If they had known that it wasn't the smartest thing ever, I probably think they would have reconsidered, but they turn off the lights. But then there's, like, infrared on the camera, so basically they're still fucked. At one point, the guy grabs a shard of glass and finds out where these murderers have been entering in through their room. And he finds the trap door. Would you really open a trap door that's on the floor really slowly without a weapon? I think that's really stupid. And then they did the Indiana Jones thing that they did in Temple of Doom, where that bitch gets covered in like rats and centipedes and stuff. They totally did that here, and it was really funny. I actually got to give this woman credit. She had a lot more self-control than that bitch in Indiana Jones. Last thing I kind of want to talk. Well, no, second to last. Second to last thing I kind of want to talk about is AVGN had a video called Top 10 Worst Cliches. One of the worst cliches was the car won't start. How does the car not start? I mean, come on. There it is again, a cliche. And also, there was a bad ending. She calls the police, and then after that, the police say, okay, we'll be right over. And then she goes over to her, like, slowly dying husband and, like, makes out with him. There it is again. In Piranhas, they make out, like, while they're underwater. Who does that? Really? For all you know, there could be, like, somebody still, like, watching you. So, I just wanted to say, this movie wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was actually okay. I actually would give the second one a chance. I actually thought the acting was really good. They actually were really professional actors. The storyline was okay. I just thought there could have been a lot more blood and a lot more, like, violence. I mean, it was kind of like the original Halloween. The original Halloween had very little blood and very little violence, but I mean, it was still there. And it was a bit disappointing. So, that's all I want to say. Thanks for watching my semi-review, semi-rant video on Vacancy. I'm bringing you more action figure reviews and rants when I can. I don't know. I really think I'm gonna start doing these rants because honestly, they add like a quality to my channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.